Hello again and welcome. Today's video is going to be my attempt at making something from this Apple Union that was very kindly given to me by William Hunt at UKIS last month. He actually said to me, I don't know what you're going to do with this, but it's yours. And thank you very much, William. I really appreciate it. I've looked at it over the last few weeks and I think I'm going to go with a bowl. And if you can imagine that as the outside of the bowl, and I'm going to try and leave as much of the natural bark on as possible, but being a union I have a feeling it might be something like a burl, so the grain will be going every which way. I've rigged up a very Heath Robinson jig on my bandsaw to enable me to get this square to the aspect of the bowl I want on the lathe, and then I'll also cut a big piece of this off so it's less turning to do. I really don't know how it's going to end up, but it's a challenge and I'm looking forward to it. There's some big cracks here, but all this is going to be taken out anyway because this is going to be the inside of the bowl, and I'm not quite sure how it's going to be, whether I'm going to do thin walls. I have to see what appears as I'm turning it away. I think I'm going to be putting it between centres to begin with, but I'm not 100% sure yet, but we'll see as it progresses. So what I'm going to do now is go over to the bandsaw. I don't want the safety police commenting saying this is not a safe method. I use this method on various awkward types of bits of wood just to hold it stable as I chop bits off that I want to chop off, and I found it works very well with care. Okay, we'll go over to the bandsaw and we'll start turning. Oh, another thing of course is the moisture content of this. It varies dramatically from 21% down to 6% in certain areas, so I have a feeling that this video will be the sort of rough turning of it, if you like, and there might be a need for a part 2 at a later date, but we'll see as we progress. Okay, let's go and cut these bits off. Okay, now what this consists of basically is just a platform, a table, sliding table, and I use it to screw bits of wood to support whatever awkward piece I want to put on the bandsaw. Now this piece is obviously very awkward, so what I've done, I've just put these on there so that it won't roll forward when it's going through the bandsaw, and line it up as square as I can, bearing in mind that this is going to be the top of the bowl. That's the thought anyway. And switch on and carefully run it through. So I've got it mounted between centres. I've got it as I feel I need it. My next job is to form a tenon here, which will go into the Easy Wood large gripper jaws, and there's a little bit of cracking at the bottom here, but I think that should be okay. That's why I'm going for a tenon in compression mode, and I'll keep checking the jaw tightness as I'm going. There's a lot of cracking at this end, but we'll see. Once it's safely in the jaws, then I can start attacking it and seeing how we're going to go. Now, as you can see here, there's some fairly hefty cracking, and what I'm going to do now is spend some time filling those cracks with CA glue and a mixture of shavings as well. And So, the majority of this very heavy cracking that was going down the centre of the piece has reduced itself to a couple of hairline cracks at the start of the inside of the bowl, but not going through to the bark. So what I'm going to do now is to search for any small cracks, put thin CA glue in there and hope to stabilise that, and then carry on down with the middle, and I think it'll be okay, and it's got some really nice figure on it. Well, that's the hollowing finish now, and the bowl's basic shape is there. It's going to have to go into some shavings and brown paper to dry off. It's still 23% in the middle, believe it or not. I find that quite incredible, considering it's been almost a week because I did my shoulder in and I can't really turn properly at the moment. I can't turn properly anyway. But so I've had to take it very steadily. But I've got it to where I want it now. What really pleased me was that the very heavy checking on the trunk part, which is obviously hollowed out now, hasn't gone through to the walls, apart from a few hairline cracks which I've treated with thin CA, and hopefully that will arrest any further movement. You can see that the tenon area where the big cracks were had some very heavy treatment with CA and sawdust, but that held extremely well. And basically it's going to have to be a part 2. This is going to go away now and dry for a few months, and then I'll finish turning it. It's got some lovely figure, and I'm really pleased how it's turned out, or hopefully will turn out, and I'm pretty sure that it'll stay intact. And then we'll reverse it, get rid of the foot, and it'll be over, so it'll be finished. So that'll be the subject for a video in a few months' time. Well, thank you very much for sticking with me. Thanks again to William for giving me this Apple Union. It's been an enjoyable, if not an awkward turn, let's put it that way. Okay, well, thanks very much indeed for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you very soon. Cheers now.